guys, James here with One Life, One Chance, 1L1C. So guys, I found a good use for those bunks. Little update here. I've got the bulkhead stitched in, and I'm about to mix up the fillets, do the edges, do this side first. Again, I'm going to fill in where the hinges are because I am doing the stainless hinges. I've done one side so far. It looks pretty good. It's pretty smooth here. I'll sand the edges out like that, and then that'll look, I don't know, something to talk about once it's all finished. Everything's nice and smooth. I'm really happy with how everything is turning out. And again, I did some sanding, but it looks like I scuffed it there maybe. We'll give it another sand before I put the shelf on. I think I'm gonna install the shelf while it is like this, and clamp it in, square it up, use the framing square the shelf with the bulkhead, and then I forget what it's called. I need to look it up, but the little bull nose that goes on it, I can do that once it's in the camper. Main thing is just, for me, I think it's just making sure everything is square. I think that's the most important thing. All right, guys, well, it's morning in Key West, but it is my evening since I work midnight shift. So I'm gonna work on this a couple hours and then go back at it again tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll answer them if I can. If I can't, I'll try to sound convincing with my answer. Yeah. All right, guys, there it is, right there. It's written in the Bible, so I guess that's law. This is the galley shelf fiddle, and I have it glued on. I was gonna wait until it was in and then do it, but I had some extra fillet, and I figured I would just use the fillet to glue it on. Got the bulkhead in. It is filleted, and we'll just let it sit like it is. I did underneath on the side. I didn't do the middle. I'll wait until it's flat before I do the middle. I did fill these holes in. One there, one there. There's two right there. So yeah, that's all I've gotten done today. It is almost bedtime. I've got to work a mid-shift tonight, so we're gonna let it sit like it is. I don't like moving this stuff around while everything's curing, so we'll let it cure before I set it flat, and then we'll work on all the other pieces. So, all right, guys. Yeah, that's where we're at. And my wife asked me if I had enough clamps. I've got a few left. guys, so I have decided that I'm going to do a pacing joint on the floor. So I've got it, I've routed it down about 1/16 of an inch, and I've got the fiberglass tape in and resined. I'm gonna let that cure for a few hours, and then I'll do another coat of resin over it. When I'm done, this will be the bottom side, and I'm gonna have a box under this. Sorry about the wall there. I'm gonna have a box under my camper, and it's gonna have a rib running right down the middle supporting the floor, so I don't need the butt block on this. Paste and joint on both sides should do it. I have put fiberglass cloth on the inside of the door, and I'm waiting for that to cure. What I did was I shored up the edge of the wall was at number 4 panel there. So I trued it up to where it's straight before I fiberglassed it. And I don't want to move the camper or flip it until that is completely cured. I want it to cure in the position that it's in right now. And then we'll flip it, and then we'll do this side. Again, I'm not too worried with how it looks inside. I am going to do the that foam liner in it. I've started just painting the walls while it's sitting here like this. Any extra resin that I have, I just throw it on somewhere rather than pouring it out and wasting it. So, and then the bottom side of this shelf, I went ahead and put the shelf in. I felt like it would be easier to clamp it in while it was upside down, and I'm glad I did. I've still got plenty of room right here and right there. If I have to trim it up a little bit, I can, but it's already in. I'll sand this smooth, and once I have the other door fiberglassed, I'll lay the camper flat again and put the galley flat in. And yeah, it's coming along. Alright guys, I'm about to mix up the epoxy to put the galley flat in. I took a precaution here. I put this masking in plastic. I've seen a couple of builds where the thickened epoxy ran down through and there was a mess to clean up. So hopefully that's not going to happen to me. And a little precaution here, got it taped up all the way around. Backside there and there. Galley flat. I taped off where I'm going to put the fillet along the edges. Just a little less of a mess to clean up. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. My pacing joint turned out nice. I've got it almost smooth completely across. Maybe one more coat will fill in just a little bit of an edge. So I'll sand it today and see how far off it is once I sand the resin off the wood. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get to work, and I'll update when I'm done. So I did this joint. I'm also going to do a pace and joint on that. like I did over here. But I'm curious to see how strong that is. So I'm gonna grab the hammer and we're gonna smack it a couple of times and put it on the concrete right here and see what it takes to break that joint. So it's splintered it. I guess that's a pretty strong joint. About the same amount of effort as the plywood itself. So yeah, I'm happy with it.